That's overpriced.
All right. It is overpriced. What would you guys pay $30 for 4 Jetson donuts?
What would you pay for a Jetson donut? That's the question.
Absolutely nothing, because I can go get one for 50 cents at the local store and taste just as good.
There you have it.
And they have them with pink frosting already.
There you have it.
But hey, welcome everybody to the live RMFantasy SXperts show. This is our Thursday show before Anaheim 2.
Triple Crown. First of the year.
You like Triple Crowns?
I do.
I like them.
Yeah.
And I even heard Sexton talking to, I think, Swap after the race, and he said, I like Triple Crowns.
Huh.
He says, I like the 3-race format type deal.
Can we just jump the gun? Can I ask you are you putting him to win? Sexton?
No.
Okay.
No, like when we talk about Tomac in a minute, it's like you're foolish.
But I'm getting ahead of ourselves.
You are getting a little bit ahead. But, hey, I'm Chase. This is Kobe. Go to RMFantasySX.com right now if you have not already. Create your free account to play. And then all you got to do is make your top 5 picks, your wild card, and then you just sit back and enjoy the racing.
Join our group.
Yeah. RMFantasy SXperts, no spaces.
No spaces. RMFantasy SXperts.
Yeah.
Why do they need to play? Tell them.
Because we give away over $100,000 worth of prizes throughout the year, including 100 weekly prizes. Speaking of current weekly prizes, here's what we have up for grabs this week. And shout out in the live chat if any of our viewers out there have ever won a weekly prize.
Let us know.
So what we got here? MSR jersey, pant, gloves, and helmet. You're getting a full kit for first place this week. Second place, Fast Flex handlebars. That's what I currently have on my motorcycle.
I was just talking to my brother last night. I think we're both going to get new sets. So
go back to Flex.
Oh, yeah. Okay. They're good bars. We've ran them for years. Third is that Fox MX gear set. So I can take over jersey, pants, and gloves. Bridgestone Battlecross tires. And for the top 5 for weekly, we got the Acerbi spending spree. $250 worth. Tell them the rest.
Let's see. Pro Taper Cella device, the whole shot device you can set yourself. Pro Taper swivel, some carabiner tie downs. LS2 is giving away a Subverter Evo helmet, Fly Racing protection package. You get a roost guard and some knee guards. And then Tusk MX tires, front and rear. Skosh boom bottle. And, of course, 90 RockyMountainATVMC.com gift cards.
Your odds? Yeah. Those are awesome. I feel like your odds are pretty good for weeklies.
Yeah, those are weekly. And then we do the grand prizes, which we're giving away 3 race prep KTM this year, a 450, a 252 stroke, an SX E5. Plus we got Stasic, Rocky Mountain spending spree. What is it, $2,500 spending spree to Rocky Mountain? Think of all the stuff you could buy here.
Almost build a dirt bike for that much, huh?
Literally. And then Alpine Stars doing an entire package, head to toe with casual, boots, jersey, pant, gloves, all that. Motion Pro. Fly's giving out a whole package as well. Big spending spree from Oakley. And then you have Milestone video games, the console, and 4K TV, plus Supercross 5, the video game.
Can't complain about that.
No, you cannot. So again, thank you everyone for joining us live right now. Dean Wilson hopefully is going to be able to call in today.
He's a busy guy. He's riding.
He's riding today. And so he's going to try and take time out of his schedule to get on the Zoom call with us. So TBD. Yep. Hopefully I get a text message from him
crossed,
here.
But we understand he is busy.
It is tough.
That would be great. Victoria's headed to A2. I'm jealous. I've never seen a Triple Crown in person, and man, do I want to. So much good racing.
I watched, I was at Glendale last year when Tomac just ripped 2 out of 3 hole shots and just crushed everybody.
That's awesome. Watching it work, beta 2-stroke, that makes more than one of us. Oh, yeah, memes. Well, more than just the memes. Join the Discord just to talk Supercross, talk fantasy, but, I mean, we all got to agree the memes are probably the best thing to come out of the Discord, so link in the description. Make sure to join that if you haven't already.
Look at that. Rodney Troyer says he won 8th overall 2 seasons ago.
Dang,
that's
impressive.
Really good. And 2 of his friends have won weekly prizes. A little bit of advice, though, for weekly prizes. If you want a chance to win one of those, because remember, we have over 100,000 players. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of picks. So to win a weekly prize, you've got to make your picks like Sunday morning first thing and then not change them.
Yeah. Usually, I mean, more than just bettering your odds, because the earlier you place your picks determines who wins those weekly prizes. But that's kind of the strategy, huh? At least when we get further into the season, just don't get in your head.
Yeah, and your timestamp updates every time you change your picks. So if you change your picks, say on a Wednesday, now everybody that made their picks on Sunday didn't change them. They all have priority over your picks. So just don't forget that. Let's see. I think if Anderson and Barsha are near each other, Barsha puts Anderson in the dirt. You know, to be honest with you, I don't think so. I mean, Barsha's gone 10-3 to start the season. He's 3rd overall in the points right now. It's too early to screw things up that bad. But it's Bam Bam.
We'll have to see.
I'd still want to hear the whole story of what unfolded because it still doesn't make sense to me that
why he would come after him.
Anderson would take out Barsha and then go yell at him.
I know.
So
Somebody's not
the
telling
whole
the truth.
Nothing but the truth was not told there.
Levi's got a poll running. Who will get their first win in 2023 this weekend? We got Mookie. A little rough weekend for Mookie, but
well, here's the deal. I watched the James Stewart race recap, and he brought up a good point that the way that Malcolm is riding right now, his starts have been good. He won that heat. He was the fastest qualifier. Of these 4, I think Mookie is the only one who truly believes, like, I am going to win a race. I just need to put it together.
That's the only box that he has to check off.
Yeah, like AP is just like, dude, I got to start getting some podiums, but he's not thinking race wins. Craig just needs to get the top 10.
Craig is,
and then Nichols is building too. So I think Mookie is a pretty easy shot there. But I mean,
there you go. There's your answer, people. Let us know. I do agree though that. I'm waiting. We're all waiting, Mookie.
That's right.
And he'll get it done. He'll get it done.
All right, so let's just talk about real quickly just the results from last week. So Tomac, he won the first 2 rounds. Nobody's done that since Roxon did it in 2017. Then it was Webb, Barsha, Roxon, another top 5, Sexton 5th, and then Anderson taking the wild card in 8th, which nobody really, I think it was like 4.5% had him picked for the wild card.
Very low.
Those people just kind of had a feeling that Anderson was going to crash because that's really the only way you think he's going to do that, right?
He's crashed both main events, right?
Oh,
He
better
crashed
question.
A1 too.
Does Anderson, Sexton, or Mookie get their first win first? That is a good question. Malcolm starts.
Who do we got? Anderson, Sexton, and Mookie?
Yeah.
I'd have to think that Sexton is the first out of that bunch,
Sexton
right?
and I don't know. They're lucky Marvin's
Sexton
out this
seems
time.
to be in his
Easy,
head a
Charles.
little bit.
All right. Okay. Conspiracy Corner. This is for you, Christian, if you're watching live right now.
Pay tribute.
So this week, Tomac has won 3 races. Or Tomac has won 3 races in a row. Last year he did in 2017. Wait, that's not Conspiracy Corner. I wrote it down wrong. Gosh dang it. It was something about a whole bunch of 3s, and I put it in the wrong spot.
Oh, goodness.
Tomac is number 3. It's 3rd race of the season.
Oh, I see.
He's going for his 3rd win in a row, and there's 3 races in a Triple Crown. Okay. It's like everything is 3s this weekend.
Why wouldn't it just line up then?
Yeah.
We're just as if we needed a reason to bet against the guy. Holy.
It's
crazy. To think otherwise.
We've had 4 riders lead laps this season, but Tomac has led 30 to Chase Sexton's 5. We'll get more into stats here in just a moment, but Mookie's a clear winner for the number 1 pick to win his first race this year. And he's going for championship number 3. Thank you, Dr. JB. That's 5 3s that you could link together with this weekend. All right, let's get into it. Injuries. Faulkner, he is out. 250 guy, but still bump for him. Marvin Muscan.
Still out.
Yeah, have you heard anything on him?
I haven't.
Okay, he's out. Benny Bloss, don't know anything about him. As far as that, 450 guys, can't think of it. Another heartbreaker for the PC team. I saw Seth Hammaker is having surgery on his arm and wrist.
He was East Coast, so he wasn't.
But he was like one of those guys that I felt could be race winner and just crush
the
it this
250s
year.
definitely were going to be, and probably still will be more interesting on the East Coast. And so,
I feel like it's going to be the Hunter and Joe battle.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk more about it when we get there.
Yep, sure.
Derek Drake is out. I don't even know what happened to him, but that's a bummer. All right. Track trends. Let's get the track map up here.
Have you seen this thing? I hope you've seen this thing yet, but wow. It's a lot to digest at first glance.
Yeah. Give me a second here to follow the track.
Once you figure it out, follow the white hay bales first. That's your start.
Sweeping left-hander, not like a 90, which
we talked about last week.
Yeah, Moran said it makes for a little bit safer start. They're jumping all across this start straight like 4 times.
And this stadium it's not huge. Just they are using every. It's
got a long rhythm lane, then a 180 short over the finish.
I'm a fan of the long rhythm lane. I'm super glad to still see.
There's so much going on right here.
Rhythm lanes. The whoop section's not too long.
No, and they're going to come out of that double before with a lot of entrance speed. And honestly, who's Webb stood out to me last week. That it's easy to say. I think we can say at this point that the European guys, the European teams, KTM, Husqvarna, Gas, have dialed in this bike for whoops.
Yep.
Because Mookie, AP, Webb last week, I was looking at him. I don't think he was really anything slower than Tomac or those guys going through the whoops, blitzing straight through them. So they've got that bike. Looks like a really busy track. It did have a sand section.
Mm-hmm. Can we get it back up just for a little longer?
Real quick, Levi.
Like I said, it's a lot to digest, but it looks like a good racetrack.
It's busy.
Good amount of bowl turns.
I don't know.
But it is. I think once they're racing, it won't seem as busy.
Yeah, maybe. It's a lot to take in right there. Huh.
But
they had to mark the whole first start of the race in white just so you could follow what was going on.
Out. 6 main events total. I'm pumped. Triple Crowns are.
Let's see.
Triple Crowns are fun.
T. Anthony Thomas says he likes the jump that jumps the start straight. Also adds extra. Yeah, I don't know. Sand's going to cost someone a win. Maybe. It looked like the sand did have some jumps in it. So, yeah. I wonder how Danger Boy will handle this track. Danger Boy's not racing.
I believe he's. Yeah, I don't think he's racing either.
All right. Well, look. Let's get right into it here.
You got a little response?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like we said, Dino, he's a busy guy, but if he had the chance to get on the show, we always love talking to him.
All right, so Dean Wilson hopefully is going to join our chat here. So if you have questions for Dean Wilson, put those in the comment section.
Yeah, please give us some questions, and then
new dad
before
you win.
Yeah. Before we get into some stats and stuff and start giving some data, I just want to see from their gut what are people feeling.
It's a futures race this weekend.
Oh, is that
we get extra?
Okay.
Our boy Chance Hymas is going to be there.
Yeah, we're getting informed.
Good call. All right, so real quick, throw up. Let's see here. Injuries, we went through that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Track trends.
Track trends is good to go. All right, best starters in the game. Let's look at starting averages so far this season in the gate drops.
This is important for Triple Crown.
Triple Crown, you've got 3 gate drops this weekend.
Shorter,
so you've got to look at starting
amount
averages.
of racing too. And
sprint laps,
and they're going to be sprinting. So that's the deal here with Triple Crowns.
Okay,
get a good start and just hold on to it.
Tomac is just the new Tomac of starts.
Awesome.
Kind of surprising to see Webb. And this is after lap 1, by the way. So this is after they've completed. It's not over the whole shot line. This is where these riders are after lap 1. So kind of interesting to see what we got going on here. All right.
And what's standing out most to you? You're pointing out Webb with the average
Webb,
of 6th.
6th. The Harlan thing, I think that was just a typo. But, it's kind of surprising to see that Webb's back there. I thought he'd be up a little bit higher right now.
Oh, okay.
Barsha. Dude, Barsha's starts have been good.
They have.
Honestly, I think he should be. Well, we'll look into it. He has started off multiple seasons like this before, and then he always just kind of drifts away a little bit. So it's going to see if he can keep it together for more than just the first few opening rounds.
Rather than starters, how about best finishers? Can we get that up?
See here. Finishers. Tomac. That's a solid 1.
Yeah.
1, 2, 4. Look at that. Roxon 4.5, dude. Roxon's been kind of one of the bigger surprises to me.
Yep.
Barsha's got an average finish of 7, but that's because he finished 10th at A1. All right. Interesting. I don't know. Really, Ferrandis is kind of surprising. He's been just pretty quiet. Yeah, I don't know.
But he could pop off at a Triple Crown. That's the hard
Ferrandis
part.
is one start away from winning a main event or just getting on the podium. But
without a doubt,
maybe he needs to go have a talk with Eli and kind of figure out what Tomac is doing different.
In their heat last weekend, he was right there behind him for a minute.
Yeah.
But he had a good start at least.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. All right, Levi, how are we looking? We got Dino queued up, ready to go here soon?
Yeah, you should be hopping on here in a minute.
Perfect. Yeah, so I don't know. Give me your thoughts. I mean, top contenders. We'll get Tomac up here. We'll start him real quick before we get into it. Will Roxon get a win this year? Dylan asked.
Will Roxon get a win this year?
He doesn't look as racy to me. Like, when he's out there, it doesn't look like he is trying to race to the front. More, I don't know.
More just holding on to what he's got.
Yeah, he just doesn't look like the feisty Roxon that we've seen before.
We've said this in the past. A lot of people have said this in the past, especially when Webb was bullying him around, is that he needs to get a little bit more aggressive. I think that would do him a lot.
Possibly, like the fact that he didn't. I mean, last week, it's like, he probably could have made a move on Barsha, but didn't. It's like, all right, is he playing it safe because it's early? He doesn't want to have any conflict there or problems? Or is he just, I don't know, kind of interesting.
Racing a boat out there, says Dr. JB.
But Roxon has been really good at Triple Crowns and stuff, and we'll talk about some of his stats coming up.
His starts have been okay, too, like we just saw. So
let's get Eli.
We've actually got Dean on the line.
Oh, my goodness.
On the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, Grandpa Earl, Dean Wilson, brand new father, riding for the Firepower Honda team. Let's get him on the call right now. Dean Wilson, probably one of the most liked riders that you will ever see in a Supercross race. Dino, how are we doing?
How are we, guys? What's up?
Dude, he's still in his gear.
Yeah.
He's got dirt on his shoulder.
Already took a little dirt
love it.
this morning and everything. So
Was that first thing in the morning, like wet track? What happened
It
here?
was second lap. Track was a bit greasy and just
course.
tipped her over in a turn. And I was like doing a bit of a photo shoot too, so I never had another jersey, so we did the photo shoot with that.
Hey,
Nice,
they can
dude.
fix that in post. They're good.
Hey, I've been there.
Yeah.
I went out yesterday. I was on the new YZ450, riding it for the very first time. I'm the first guy on the track, and second lap in, I dumped the bike in a corner, and it's covered in mud. I had to go wash it off before we could start filming again.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Well, hey, man, we know you're a busy guy. You just got done riding, so we really appreciate taking the time to do this. Hey, dude, how's the dad life? You got Ewan.
Yeah, going good. And I like that you said his name correctly.
Is that correct?
Americans don't see it right, but yeah, it's like Ewan McGregor, the actor. But it's good being dad life. Like I'm really enjoy being a dad, and it's just like I don't know. It's just that next step that I'm ready for, and yeah, it's cool coming home from riding and getting to see the little guy, and he's just getting more smiley, and so yeah, I'm loving it. It's like something new every day,
Heck yeah. I have a girl that's going to be 3 here in April, but I have another one coming up. Maverick is going to be born here in like T-minus 3 weeks. That's where we're at right now.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. I got a lot of respect for these. I got a lot of respect for all the moms now. It's a lot of work for them.
It's gnarly.
Obviously, I try to do my part, but riding and training, it's tough. But yeah, we make it work.
Hey, so a curiosity, speaking of that, now that you've had a kid, do you feel like does having kids kind of lessen the burnout feel that you think some of these riders in the past have had? I kind of look at it as you have something more to focus on when you're done riding for the day than just thinking about racing, because now you have a family. Do you think that's some of the reason that we're seeing some of these guys stick around a little bit longer, like Justin Brayton, Tomac? I mean, what do you think?
Could be. I think a lot of it's just looking after your body too, though. It's like we all know how dangerous this sport is, and like if you can look after your body and maintain a healthy if you're not too sore and not have too many injuries, then you can kind of keep it going, but yeah, I don't know, Brayton's just like something else. Like people forget he's 38 years old and like
he's
still
my age.
so good. It's unbelievable.
38.
So it could be though, the dad life, it takes some of the pressure away, and you kind of can just focus and enjoy, having your family. But yeah, I feel like a lot of the racers are going longer than normal.
Yeah, no, which is good. It's great for the sport. Speaking of injuries, like you've had your fair share.
I got my train on my ass right now. Look at this guy.
Millsaps. We know Davey over here.
Yeah. We're working, but anyway, sorry.
No, you're good.
No worries.
He didn't know I was doing this call right now, so he came in. I'm like,
Guns a-blazing.
Hey, speaking of injuries, you've had your fair share. You've had a lot of knee injuries. You had the dislocated hip, the butt, all that stuff, which I feel like I know you pretty well after watching that video, by the way. But are there things that you're going to have to get fixed when you're just completely done racing?
I'll need a knee replacement, but they say you got to wait as long as you can for that type of thing. So that's one thing that I'll need. But other than that, I'm really this year I've just been really looking after my body and trying to really do it's the old Tom Brady, the foam roll, the little ball thing, like that stuff really makes you feel a lot better. Focus on your stretching. Obviously, just look after yourself as best as you can, and that's what's going to create longevity.
Yeah, for sure. Right on. Okay, well, have you seen the track map for this week? It's a very busy track.
It's looking interesting. You cross the start line like 4 times or something.
Every lane, it seems like.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Obviously Triple Crown, so there's going to be lots of action.
Yep,
right on.
But Anaheim's such a big floor plan that it's always a pretty it's pretty big and long. So I think it'll be good.
Right on. Now you're doing Supercross, and then you're going to be doing the World Supercross Series this year. Is that correct?
Yeah. I just can't do outdoors no more. It's just too hard on my knee, and the past 3 years, like I had to really dig through it, and it was tough. Just like I would dab my leg, and then my knee would puff up. Then I have to get it drained, and then I'd have to get injections in it, and then it was just a constant, just like.
Is it more the dabbing, or is it just the impact in general? Obviously, you're doing like over an hour. It's just everything.
Yeah, because it's so much longer than Supercross. You got 2 35-minute motos, 35s during the week. So it just really caught up, and I couldn't do it with my knee anymore because I had bad arthritis and stuff in it. So so Supercross only, World Supercross, and then Australia Supercross. So I'm still gonna be racing quite a lot. Which is good. It will keep me active, keep me in shape. So it'll be good.
Right on. Hey, we asked Kevin Moranz this question last week, and I want to ask you the same thing. So you're on this Honda. Are you do you feel like you can have your bike be just as good as an HRC Honda? Is there any real difference there? Are the bikes good enough nowadays, and with other, non-factory parts coming in? Is there any disadvantage you feel like not having, say, a factory bike coming from the Husqvarna team and all that?
Yeah, I think it's just the resources that we don't have. It's just I've been on a factory team pretty much most of my career, and it's just they have everything and anything there to try. And with our team, our team has a lot of potential. And we can definitely get a really solid bike. We already have a really good package. We're just kind of fine-tuning it, and I'm still learning the Honda. But, I think we can get close to the factory Honda for sure. I don't know if we could get quite as good as it. They have an engine package that seems to be really, torquey. And that torque is something that's kind of hard to find. But so far, I'm kind of digging what we got going.
So when you say learning the Honda, because you've been on it now you got on it pretty late last year. You did the World Supercross.
Yeah.
What is it when you say I'm learning the bike? What do you like? Are you just trying to figure out how the bike reacts in certain situations, or just trying to get the feeling that you look?
Yeah, just learning the characteristics of the bike. I've been on an Austrian bike for so long. The Austrian and Japanese bikes are so different. It's just learning how it reacts, learning how to test with it, learning how to adjust things. And you really learn a lot at the races, because the races are so good. Nothing can prepare you. I mean, you can do all the preparing you can, but nothing is like race day. The track's gnarly, it's rutty, it's muddy, it's just sketchy. And your bike always feels kind of different than it does on practice day. So it's important just to try and get the bike dialed for a race day.
Speaking of, Kobe was asking this question earlier, and you kind of brought it up, how the Japanese and European bikes are so different. And he wanted to ask, we don't know if you can answer this question, but he was like, I want him to tell us which one he would choose if he was just a weekend warrior guy going to buy a bike.
Yeah, if you're just for fun, don't even put racing into the equation. You're going out to do all your turn track training. What's the bike of choice, if you can answer that?
Oh, absolutely. 2023 Honda CRF 450, of course.
Of course, without a doubt.
And you don't even need to get you can get the 450R, the off-road version, in case you just want to go from the corner track and rip onto the street and go home,
Oh, absolutely.
What about spring versus air?
True.
Give us a nibble.
I feel like I've always been more of a spring guy.
Okay. I think most people are.
Yeah. I was just broad PC days. It was on spring. We did air for a little bit. We always seem to go back to spring, though.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. Well, Dino, look, you're a busy guy. We got one last question for you, and this is actually coming from Cody Schock, did a Gypsy Tales. You've done that as well. But he mentioned that in some of his races, he said that he'd think about what he was going to be eating for dinner that night. Just weird thoughts in his head. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. What goes through the thought process during a 450 main event?
Especially with a baby now.
Yeah. You think about
you think about the little guy while you're out there?
Just.
I honestly think outdoors you kind of do more of that. Supercross, it's so intense, and it's you're breathing so heavy, and I don't have too many other thoughts than just trying to catch the guy ahead of me or find new lines or I don't have too much nonsense going on in my head. But outdoors, I feel like for sure there's times where you can like think about random stuff, but Supercross is so intense. It's like you're kind of more just in the moment, you know?
Okay. Interesting.
Makes sense.
Well, hey, last couple questions. We'll let you go. I promise we'll be quick here. Patrick S. wants to know, as a Glasgow man, what's your favorite scotch? It's a live question
favorite
right
scotch? I'm not, honestly, I'm not really much of a whiskey guy, you know, but
okay.
Yeah, I haven't put down too much whiskey, if I'm honest, but that will put some hair on your chest for sure.
All right. Well, hey, we're going into Triple Crown this week. Tomac has looked phenomenal on this new Yamaha. If you're Chase Sexton, Anderson, some of these guys, Webb, are you worried about that, or do you think it's early enough that you just – I mean, Anderson's almost 20 points – or is 20 points down. That's almost a full race, 2 races in. If you're Jason Anderson right now, is the mentality, do you think I have to start beating Eli? Like I can't let him add more to this points gap right now?
Well, knowing Jason, I know he's just going to go out there and just try and, you know, win the race.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's wrapped up in points right now, to be honest. I think he's just going to go out there and be up there in the main. And
so he's always trying to win, but he's not stressed out. It's not adding extra stress to it.
Silly stuff. Obviously, like, I think A1, he landed in a soft pocket, fell. I think that could have been a podium, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then round 2 was in the podium position, just washed the front. So just like, he's kind of been there, just little mistakes. So, but it's crazy how those little mistakes, that's 20 points, however many points down he is, you know?
Right.
So, I'm thinking Cooper's looking real good at a good position. Like, Cooper's starting off strong and finishing strong. I think he's looking good for that. You know how he's good in the hunt, and he's got that dog mentality. So it's he's gonna be a tough one, I think.
Right. I've got one more for you, Dean. Just with back to the turn track things, you've been just ripping turn tracks, it seems like, for a couple weeks now, and I love that. Yeah, I do as well. And has there been any sort of like wake up calls or just things that you've learned going back to strictly turn tracks, getting away from the rhythms?
Yeah, I mean, going to the turn, it's just the little basic fundamentals. Like, what a lot of people don't know is so when I was pro circuit and I was winning, like doing really well years ago, had this guy that was coaching me, and we would get up I would be at the turn track at 8 a.m. and I would be doing like however many figure eights. I would have to do 20 stand-up laps. I had this like program, and then from there I would keep my gear on, load the bike up, then go to the actual track and do my motos. Wow. So I had that routine every day, and so like the turn track thing was essential for me. It helped me a lot because with technique, that's what makes you become fast. But for me, I had to work on it. Like it was never really like a gifted talent for me. So I had to work really hard at it. And that's something that really helped me progress. But it's just something that's not that fun. And I did it for years and years, and it like kind of like burnt me out a little bit. So I took a little break, and you start to notice it when you don't do it for a long time. So it's not, it's not always the fun stuff that helps you, but that's definitely the stuff that helps me progress. And there's just so many little details that go into that.
Was it more so going and doing them so much recently? Was it weather? Because we know that was all that was rideable.
It was weather for sure.
Okay.
There was only 2 tracks open when it was raining.
Wow.
It was Mumford's up 2 hours away, and that was $200 a day to ride. Or you could go to Hemet, which was down the street. But that was just like a day that I wasn't really gonna. I just wanted to go do corners since we had the rain.
Were you like an RJ where he said he just didn't want to be at Hemet and ended up taking a digger? Did you hear about that? Yeah, he said in a post-race interview that he was at Hemet, said that mentally he just didn't want to be there. He was over it, didn't want to ride the track, and ended up taking a bad digger and hit his head hard. And said he was actually surprised that he was okay to get a podium at the race. So, interesting. Well, look, man.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, look what I got right now.
Oh, all right. We're going to get you off right now. Sure. All right. Well, hey, we appreciate taking the time to do this.
Thank you so much, dude.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. We know you're a busy guy. We know a lot of people are going to be looking at you this weekend because the wild card is 12th. And so your results, you're trending forward. So just know a lot of people got their eye on you.
I need to step up a bit. All right.
All right, brother, man. Hey, thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Dean.
Okay, see ya.
See ya.
Davey just no.
Hey.
Well, to Davey's credit, he didn't even know what Dean was doing.
Sure. Yep.
So I don't know what's going on.
Appreciate it. Dean's always great
Tell
to
his
have
babysitter to
on.
chill.
Back to work. Yeah.
He's just doing the hand to the wrist signal.
That's awesome.
Well, hey, everybody. Thank you for asking those questions. Dean Wilson, everybody. Cheer that man on. And by the way, if you're watching this show, I don't know if this was one of our players or if it was Pulp or something. I don't know. But
oh, yeah.
if a rider doesn't get where you picked him, don't send stupid DMs or hate to the rider for not finishing where you picked them. There are some people that we're all here to have fun, win prizes, but do not please take it to that level. So I'm sure a lot of you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get too into it, but you know what I'm talking about.
They're already working hard enough. They're already in their own heads.
Yes.
So they do not need that extra
all right.
critique.
Top contenders. Eli, let's start with Tomac here.
Yep. Getting to
Kobe,
some stats.
Can you give me one good reason why people shouldn't put him in first this weekend?
What's funny is I can't. There's not a single good reason not to put Tomac in first until he gives us one.
Oh, I mean,
even with the Triple Crown.
Look at his stats. He's led 30 laps to Sexton's 5, which is what's crazy. That Sexton's has led more laps than anybody else besides Tomac.
That's wild.
From A1. He hasn't started worse than third after lap 1 in the first 2 mains. And then last year, his worst finish in a Triple Crown race was 4th out of 9 gate drops. Like, and then at Glendale, the one I was at, he hole shotted the first 2. His worst start in any Triple Crown race was 15th, but he finished 3rd in that race. Mm-hmm. Like, he came from 15th to 3rd. Yeah. Here's the thing. 3rd race, he's number 3, Triple Crown, 3 races, going for his 3rd title. I had it in there, JB. So, I don't know.
There is no reason not to not have this guy in.
The only category of starts, finishes, everything that Tomac is not leading right now is average qualifying. That's
which we know, category. And I'm pretty sure he said it before, that he's just – qualifying isn't his thing. He's always up there, but he's not going for that top spot. Although in Triple Crowns, they base gate pick off of qualifying because they have no
which
choice.
Is going to affect some of the riders.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tomac ends up topping qualifying this weekend as well. So
let's see here.
Will Tomac get the win again? Get that pull rolling.
David said his buddy joined his group. He told him who to pick last weekend, and he rarely watches, and he beat me. Well, if you told him who to pick, David, how'd he beat you? Did you try and give him bad picks?
Well, now you know.
All right.
Moving on.
The reason you shouldn't pick Tomac is so Dr. JB can win a weekly prize. That's what he said.
Okay.
All right. Sexton.
You skipping Webb?
Did I skip? Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped over.
Let's get into Webb.
Ooh, okay.
He deserves it because Webb is so far the only guy to give Tomac any sort of challenge. So
yeah.
With Triple Crowns, last year's average finish
was 5.
Average start 6.3. So it's about, honestly, where he's at this season. I'm pretty sure his average start was 6 this season.
Look at that. So last year, he only started 2nd or better after lap 1 3 times.
Wow.
So he's already half of that this year. Mm-hmm. So last year his starts just weren't good. Oh gosh, dude.
He's qualified 7th and 3rd this year. Last year he only qualified 3rd or better 1 time. So he's on track to beat that already.
Yeah.
And then when he won his title in 21, he only finished off the box 4 times.
Yeah, so if we're seeing the Webb of old, he is going to be on the podium each and every weekend is what I'm getting at there.
That seems to be true.
I don't know.
So far.
What do we have right here? 85% of people right now have Tomac to win. Well, if you don't have Tomac, it's got to be
it's got to be Webb,
right? That you can put 2nd. I don't know. What about Sexton? I mean, it's kind of weird. We just haven't seen. I don't feel like I've seen the Sexton from outdoors yet.
Yeah, neither have I. I just feel like I'm watching 22 Supercross Sexton again.
Exactly.
I'm watching the exact same guy.
It's like he has the speed,
crazy fast, just makes dumb mistakes.
Is making mistakes.
Yep.
Interesting.
And
I don't. Him. It's not.
But honestly, it's almost even worse this year because he did not seem to. I don't want to say he wasn't pushing, but he wasn't laying it all out. That's for sure. After he was trying to come back last weekend, which is just interesting. I'd figure he would have passed Roxon, maybe even gone for Barsha.
Yeah.
But anyways,
so, I don't know. Last year he started in the top 5, about 50% of all gate drops. Mm-hmm. And then if he had finishes of 3-4-2 in the Triple Crown, So his average finishing in the Triple Crowns was actually really good.
Yeah.
And he did win one of the Triple Crowns. I believe he won the last one last year in Phoenix. So his starts have been good. Starts have been 5-5 after lap 1, so he's been in the mix.
He very well could do awesome this weekend. I just feel like he's almost a ticking time bomb, and maybe Triple Crowns.
I don't know. Nobody's going to be surprised when Sexton gets his first win, because I absolutely believe he's going to win a race this year. Maybe Barsha's takeout tweaks Sexton's bike. I don't know. He caught back up to those guys like Roxon and Barsha, but then just couldn't get around him. So I don't know.
Horrendous.
Yes, Chris, a lot of you were on that train, but you should have listened to us when we talked about Tomac always backing up the win. And remember, going back to every time Tomac wins, he has backed it up with another win going back to like round 11 or 12 or something like that of 2021. So when the dude wins, he wins multiple.
He's on fire.
How many win last year? I think he won 3 or 4 in a row last year or something. And then he's won
at least 3.
He's won 5 in a row at one point. I think 2017 he won 5 races in a row.
Yeah. Against Dungeon,
okay.
right?
Yeah. Gnarly. And then didn't win the championship.
Yeah, that's
it's not a good stat.
Not the Tomac, not the new Tomac.
No. Okay, here. Ferrandis, his starts, dude.
Yeah,
they're killing him. He started 10th in San Diego after lap 1, 9th at Anaheim 1. So he's doing what Ferrandis has always done. He's just starting bad and then moves his way up through the pack.
Yep.
So it's not that he doesn't have the speed to win.
He's got speed too. That's without a doubt.
And then last year, these are Triple Crown finishes, 7-9, 22, 9-5-8.
With a yuck.
Yeah, with a yuck. And his average start in Triple Crowns in 2022 is 10.83. So you have a starting average that's bad. He is starting the same as he did all last year. And this is a Triple Crown where you have 12-minute mains. No go.
Not good stats.
No go. He could have one where he gets a good start.
And that's going to happen.
But I would never bank on him getting 3 good ones.
We're going to have, without a doubt, somebody's going to have a breakout main event. There's 3 opportunities too, so
okay,
we'll see somebody new up front.
You know, the Barsha train. Are you on it?
Am I on it?
It's hard for me to pick Barsha just because he frustrates me personality-wise when he just doesn't own up to.
But he's always up there.
I know, but I would have a much easier time picking him, I feel like, if he didn't frustrate me. It's like I don't pick him out of bitterness.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. What do you guys think, though? Barsha and Anderson Stewart fighting for the same position. Someone eating some dirt. Yeah, it could be. Futz film team. Of course you are, Futz. But look, Barsha, should we be on the train? He's always started out really good.
Yep.
So, he started at 3-3, but he also went 1-2 in 2020, 1-6 in 2019, and 3-3 in 2018.
Those are good starts to the season.
But then he kind of tapers off. He's always been good, and then he slowly tapers off. He was the points leader last year after round 2.
I saw that clip of Bogle taking him out and noticed that again. I was like, Barsha had the red plate. Completely forgot about that. How many years has he been on this gas now? This is his 3rd year, right?
3rd year, yep.
So, he's got to have some decent settings. He's a consistent guy up top, but I don't know. I think I'm with you that
Krista said that picking Barsha and you're to win or top 3, it's like rewarding bad behavior. I mean,
that's how it feels.
That's a mom talking right there.
Yeah, that is how it feels. I don't want to enable it.
Yeah, AC, we're going to talk about him. Okay.
Let's finish up top contenders, though. We got Anderson wrapping up our top contenders.
This guy has just burned everybody so far. 2 rounds in, he still doesn't have a top 5. He's gone 7-7 and crashed in both main events so far.
His starts are okay. I don't know about good. They're okay, 6-4.
Okay, so good was an overstatement?
Yeah, I think so. I just feel like Jason's always getting caught up in those weird first-turn shambles, at least especially in outdoors. He has a hard time getting out of the first corner clean, it feels like. But anyway.
I don't know. Yeah. Last year he had, I was watching a lot of reruns and replays, he had quite a bit of last year Supercross, it was last year outdoors. He was on the dirt multiple times in the first corner.
And I think that was outdoors that's bleeding into his Supercross stats a little bit, or at least
we'll get to Mookie.
Into my gut. Okay.
Mookie can't be a top contender until he actually gets a top 5. I mean, hey.
He'll do it.
He'll do it.
Oh, he'll do it.
Okay. But Anderson, so he's gone 7-7. He's crashing both mains. His starts are okay. Last year, he had the 3rd best average finish at Triple Crowns of 4.11. So he did well in those. And then in 2022, he finished first or second in 5 of the 9 gate drops.
Dang.
And he started third 7 times.
Those are Triple Crown great gate drops.
Triple Crown gate drops, Yep. And last year at Glendale when I was there, well, classic Anderson, he jumped off the track. And he was giving Tomac a run for his money.
How about if you were one of these riders with a Triple Crown, do you feel a little less pressure, especially in that first main event? Because you're like, oh, I'm going to have two more shots. It's not make or break it this first main event. And that pressure helps
I would
you a
feel
little
like
bit.
you would want to get a good result in the first 2, so you go into the third one not feeling
Nonchalant.
pressure that you have to go perform as good. So if you went like 1-3 or a 3-1 or something like that, you can go into the third one. But these guys are doing the math in their heads. So they know coming in the last one, it's like,
Or their team's
I
doing it.
have to be, well, they just know like in the third one coming
Where
up,
they've
it's
got to
like,
be.
yeah, Tomac knows like, oh, I went 1-1, like, okay, the next closest guy, like, cool, I needed third or
No
better.
sweat, yep.
So that is one thing about it that you have to kind of factor in is, yeah, if you get the first 2 good, then you kind of know like where you sit going into the third one. So it could take some stress off or add it.
Interesting.
All right, yeah, we can talk about Malcolm Stewart.
Let's
here.
talk about Mookie.
People asking about him. They're wondering why he's not in the main contenders. 12 minutes plus 1 lap is correct. Let's see. Go ahead. You get it started here. I'm reading this comment.
Okay, Mookie has gone 15-16. This is why he's not in the top contenders, strictly because of his finishes. He had his heat race win, and he's had fantastic qualifying. He's got speed, we know that. And I have confidence that he'll make it up to top contenders soon. But starts a 4.7, so again, okay, kind of like Anderson. Some okay starts. But, at least he's in the top 10, right?
Yeah.
Finished fourth or better 5 times in Triple Crowns last year, so not bad at all for Triple Crowns.
Well, like I said, Malcolm's the one guy that like he believes he can win. His starts have been good. He's just making mistakes, but look, I think he'll be all right.
I think so too. And his mistakes they've been fairly extreme, or at least the crashes have. I'm surprised he's gotten away as healthy as he has. You know, going full scorpion. That one at A1 was pretty gnarly. His bike took most of the beating. So I just want the guy to be safe because I know he'll.
Okay, but I'd put him in your top 5 this weekend for sure. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top 5. I can agree with that.
All right. Who's up next?
Thanks for keeping me on track there. We need to know where these guys are going, huh? Roxon.
K-Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
Kickstart Kenny. Oh, goodness.
That video of him kicking his bike over in the whoops was not good at anyone
Oh,
practice. It's just meme central.
Looked better last weekend, but still a little off the top pace. Certainly Tomac.
I just
Webb,
don't
he's
feel
not
like
on
he
the
has
same
that
level.
pace to beat like the 3 faster dudes right now.
But look at that
he's
second row. Went 1-1-1 at St. Louis in 2021 and in 2020. That's impressive. Is he our only guy to sweep Triple Crowns?
Well, he has swept. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. He swept the Triple Crown in 2020 at Glendale, but then last year, or 2021, was St. Louis when they were doing those residencies, and he went 1-1-1. So 3 separate 20-minute main events, he went 1-1-1.
That's impressive.
So Roxon has
I've got him in third
go
right
on
now.
streaks like this.
Roxon is just, he gets such good
him in
starts.
third?
I've got him in third.
Okay.
So
And he's won a lot in Anaheim Stadium, so you've got to feel like he just
has some confidence
feels
there.
good when he goes into that
Confidence and
stadium.
mentality are so big for this guy.
I agree. All right. What else we got? I mean, Blessinger. I mean, he had some bad luck. Like last week, he slams into Sexton, and he had a good start going in that heat race.
He was riding good, that's for
He's
sure.
been riding great, but him and Ferrandis, I feel, are the same thing right now, where
Gotta get
both
these-
have the speed to run up in the top 3 and top 5. Just got to get a start, though. I mean, his average finish is 8.5. His starts is 10.5. He's qualifying 12th, and in a Triple Crown, your qualifying gives you your first gate pick for the first main. So you go into a 12th gate pick for the first main event, like that is not a good gate pick.
Yeah.
Like not at all. Like you're already at a big disadvantage.
I don't think I'm going to be putting AP in the top 5, but
No.
I do have confidence he'd finish better than Wildcard. So I honestly don't think AP is going to be in my picks this week.
All right. Okay.
AC, you guys were asking about him.
Well, hey, before we get to AC, so somebody commented and asked, like, could the Triple Crown be good for him? And here's what you need to know. So I'm looking at the lap chart. I don't know if we still have it, but the lap chart from San Diego. AC pulls the whole shot. He leads 3 laps, but then by lap 6. Where's he at? Where does he get to 6th place? He's lap 7 and 8. He's gone from 1st to 6th and 7th. And that's, this is a 12+1. So, and it wasn't like he had an accident or anything.
He was fading. He was just getting fast. But
he wasn't tired. He just, here's the mentality of AC right now. If I rip a whole shot, I'll lead as long as I can. But he's not trying to race these other guys. He is more just I'm just trying to get laps. I'm trying to finish this season. I'm not going to race you.
I'm glad. I hope that's his mentality. I appreciate that that's his mentality because, I want nothing more for him too. Just finish.
Yeah, so going off of that, though, he's coming around, but I just wouldn't bank on it being top 5 because, his average finish is 8.5. His average start is 7 after lap 1. His qualifying, so he's just not quite there yet for me.
All it takes is one breakout main event, though.
Yeah.
At these Triple Crowns. But I'm in the same boat. I don't think AC is going to be in my top 5. There's just too many other fast dudes.
How about our guy, Dean Wilson?
Dean Wilson, yeah. Let's move on to his stats.
Let's see here. So he's gone 14-14.
We're moving into wild card watch here, people. So, and Dino is a great pick for that, like we were mentioning. 14-14 as far as finishes, and he's qualified 13-15. He's just right around that range.
His average start in Triple Crowns last year was 11. So he is improving. He's one of those guys I think each and every round he's getting a little bit better. So I would if you want to put Dino in your wild card spot, I think he's one of the better options.
I think so.
Because once you get past him, so far this year, it's been a little sporadic of what we're seeing outside the top 12. Because you've got guys like Justin Hill, who's gone 15-13, and he started in 12th and 11th.
He's got to qualify, though.
And Justin Hill.
Oh, Justin.
He's a good qualifier.
Yeah,
Josh, no. But Justin,
yeah.
I feel like that would be a good spot for him.
Your second best. I don't know. I have a hard time going with anybody but Dino.
McElrath is, but I mean.
Keep the bike alive.
Yeah. But I don't know. He's just kind of even more unpredictable right now. I just have no idea what McElrath is going to do.
Craig would be. I would hope that Craig finishes above 12th, but I mean. I could see him landing in this wild card spot.
We need to get him to call in and just be like, hey, kind of what was going on these first few rounds.
He is on a new bike. Yeah, lots of changes for him.
Nichols, I don't think Nichols is nailing starts. He's whole shotted both rounds.
Not a problem at all.
But he's like AC where he gets shuffled quick. So, 12th wouldn't be bad. Savacci, I think I put him in here, but I feel like Savacci's better. He's gotten... he's right in that 10th range, and he's a good starter. So I'd honestly probably have Savacci higher than 12th.
Okay.
So I feel like Dino, Justin Hill, McElrath, a Colt Nichols might be okay options if you're looking at that 12th place spot right now. What do you think? Who do you have for your wild card right now?
I'm probably going to go with Dino, unless we'll pay attention to qualifying. But Nichols would probably be my second choice.
Okay. Oh, man, anything else we got to do? Justin Hill is an awesome Oregonian. Yes, he is. You know who else is an Oregonian? Me and Levi behind the camera.
Producer.
What are the chances 2 Oregonians ended up at Rocky Mountain's video team?
Run a show together.
Colt 45, sleeper pick for 5th. I mean, hey, if Colt, look, if he ripped a whole shot, he might be thinking, hey, this is only a 12-minute main. Let's hang it out. Let's stick around.
True.
I don't know. Webwagon, Tomac Train, Rocks and Rail, Easy Rage. He's got names for everybody. The Futures race, I think, is just one. I think it's just one main event for the Futures race.
It's a lot of racing already. I don't imagine they do more than one.
And let's do it. Levi, can we do a poll?
For
one
the wild
last
card?
Poll for wild card?
I think that's a good one. Yeah.
Let's do.
We've got a lot of Nichols here.
Nichols.
Wilson.
Yep.
Hill. Justin Hill. Those are probably my top
McElrath,
3.
top 3?
Yeah, let's get McElrath in
Yeah.
there too.
But I would say Nichols, Justin Hill, Dean Wilson. Those are probably your 3 top picks for wild card right now. While they're doing that, though, do you want to lock your picks in?
Yeah, I want to lock my picks in.
Do you want some number plates?
That would help.
Okay.
I'll do them the correct direction this time.
You know what I kind of miss? is Vince Freeze ripping hole shots, and then you just sitting there wide-eyed trying to, like, what's going to happen right now?
I do miss that. I thought the riders don't.
Ooh, Craig. A lot of people have Craig for wild card.
Yeah, Craig. That's what I'm saying, Craig.
Jeez.
I don't know. I feel like 12th is when you're racing 3 main events and taking an average. I think that's a little far back for him.
Yeah, I just feel like this is a weekend that I think Craig really needs to turn it around.
Or
I think for him, mentally, I would think that him knowing he's got 3 gate drops, shorter sprint laps, he's probably feeling like, okay, this is where I'm going to turn my season around. Like, I just need to get some starts. Because I have no doubt that if Craig gets a 7th or better start, he'll be able to hang in with those guys. But when you're starting outside the top 10, which he's been doing,
impossible.
You're not doing it.
Yeah.
You're just not doing it.
Oh, I think I might have to backtrack on Mookie, man. Okay, my picks, locking them in.
A lot of people putting Craig in here, sadly to say. We didn't even have him in the poll because I thought not so many people would be picking him.
Tomac, without a doubt, I have no reason to not go with him. And Webb is kind of in that same boat. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Tomac, Webb, just repeating last week. And I've just got a feeling Kenny's going to be
He's going to
feeling
do it,
good.
huh?
Yep.
Okay.
He's going to round out that top 3. This is where it gets tough. As much as, like we were saying, it's hard just because I don't want to enable poor behavior, but I got to go.
Dirt bikes and disc golf. Is that Justin?
It has to be. It has to be.
Well, our manager here, he loves disc golf, and so I'm just like, did he create a sleeper account? Okay,
wouldn't surprise me. Rounding out the top 5, this is tough, man. I've got Sexton, Stewart, and Anderson that I'm trying to pick for the rounding out this top 5.
Okay,
and if I gotta have Stewart give me another weekend of. He's got to prove it to me still.
Okay.
So I'm sticking Sexton in that 5th. Barsha ahead of him though.
All right.
This Triple Crown. I just have a bad feeling Sexton's gonna land on his head at some point.
And are you gonna go Dino for the wild card?
And I think I'm gonna go with Dino.
Okay. It might be in that stack over there. All right. We got our Wilson. Oh, that's one of the ones I probably forgot. Ooh. We don't have a Wilson number plate. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with Wilson, though.
Ajax asked where you and I are from, Levi. Levi's from Bend area, and I am from Ashland. Okay. My top 5. I've got Tomac, Webb. I actually have Sexton for 3rd. And then I put Ken Roxon 4th.
Oh, so we're not far off, huh?
And then I put Anderson. Did you have Anderson in your 5?
I didn't.
Oof.
It could bite me.
You know what?
But you don't have Barsha in yours?
I know.
How hard is this?
I'm changing this right now. I'm actually going to go.
Slide him in there.
I'm going to put Kenny 5th. Between Kenny and Malcolm, it's kind of a toss-up for me. But I'm going to go that right now. And then I, too, am going to put Dean Wilson. I just feel like Colt and those guys that have been getting better starts, it's less likely that they're going to start out front and then fade and you get lucky that they just finished in 12th versus a guy like Wilson where he's been starting around there and he's been finishing around there.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to go with Wilson as well for my wild card.
We did get asked who's winning between the 2 of us.
Probably you. I think I have 35 points.
Total?
Dude. It's really bad.
The face? Holy.
Hold on a second here. Don't be quick to judge. Yeah. I have 56.
Okay.
How many points
74, do you have? Which both of us are not.
You're smoking me.
Not very impressive right now.
Doubling me. Yeah, I've gotten 1 pick right each weekend, and I didn't get any picks right at Anaheim 1. But then I got Tomac last week.
Let's turn that around because our picks are pretty similar.
Could Eli win on a 2-stroke? Doubt it. 2 strokes, as fun as they are, they're just power-wise and everything. They're just, yeah.
There's somebody who could do it, though.
We've got some fresh meme submissions.
Oh, yeah, we do have
a
couple that got submitted after Monday's show. Let's roll through those a little bit. Man, they're always good.
All right.
Unconceivable that AC didn't fall. Yeah,
it's a great movie, by the way. If nobody's ever watched Princess Bride, you really should.
That's from Bulldog 182.
Thank you, Bulldog. This was the story of last weekend.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kawasaki's PR put a kibosh to that.
Yeah.
Okay, what else we got?
Shout out SoCal Redneck for this one.
SoCal, you want a prize?
Tomac and Webb when Barsha gets asked fast with Anderson.
Did you
know
see
what? They're just happy to not be involved. Yeah.
Tomac laughed pretty good.
Yeah.
Jeez, it was pretty good. All right,
Tomac's just glad it's not him, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, for sure. Could you?
Yeah, I did
That
notice
is
this.
true.
They've had some really cool new features this year, but
it's
they're
a
still
cool
figuring out.
software,
Yeah.
and it's good for the viewers that are maybe just getting into it. But yeah, it's with
I'm
any
impressed.
software, the software, that's what the software should be like. The software's trying to figure out who to follow.
This one's probably my favorite from Alexander.
This one currently.
Dude,
is
Alexander just won the gear set. And if you're listening,
Funny
Alexander, you didn't send me the address in your email that I need to ship it to, but it's ready to go.
Wow, lucky guy. That's awesome.
That's funny. That's a good one. Very true.
It's very true. This one was good. When you only have 5 picks, this was just us 2 minutes
I
ago.
know.
And you have to drop Mookie. It's so hard to do.
All right. But that happens every week. You always have to leave somebody out that you like.
Yeah, it's true.
All right.
That's a good problem to have. I like the competition.
All you
Get out. Except you stay, Webb. Are you the clown that's supposed to beat Tomac this week? He is. He's the only guy that could do it.
All right.
Shout out Slugman for this one.
Slugman. Hey, let's do it again. We'll do meme contest winner. We've got some more MSR gear sets to give away. That's what
Okay.
Alexander won. I got permission to say, hey, let's give away gear
Let's
sets.
do it.
So if you want a
good
full
stuff.
gear set head to toe, go ahead and submit memes after this race, and we'll pick a winner next Thursday's show.
Okay, next Thursday. Done deal.
Okay, that being said, we've locked them in. Hey, we want to thank everybody here for joining us. I hate those things on the screen. Krista, I like those. Come on. Their faces were pressed. All right, yes, Discord.
Don't forget, speaking of memes, this is where they go. Join the Discord. There's a channel in there for meme submissions. Not all of them get showed on the show, by the way. I mean, keep them. If you want us to share them, obviously, you got to keep them. You got to keep them safe, but...
George said, did you forget it's a Triple Crown? This should be factored into your picks. I feel like we talked about the Triple Crown a lot.
Yeah, it's been
Okay.
mentioned. The picks I locked in were Triple Crown in mind, so...
All right. Well, that being said, hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining us live today. Again, big shout out and thank you to Dean Wilson for taking time. We're sorry
I'm sure he's already on the bike.
Trainer Millsaps is making him run an extra 5 minutes in this moto right now because
he's going to be home late. Sorry, Ewan McGregor. Ewan Wilson.
I like that.
It is a cool name.
Yeah. Anyway, comment down below after this. Oh, no, we're doing the ticket giveaway next Monday. So stay tuned live for next Monday's show because we just gave away tickets for, I believe, Houston. So next Monday, what's the race after Houston?
What is the race after Houston?
I can't even keep up with all this.
Well, when they move rounds,
They shuffle things around a little bit.
We've got Houston followed by, no internet.
You don't even
Sorry,
know.
guys.
No
but
internet.
we're giving tickets away.
You guys know
If
the
you guys
deal.
know
Next
that-
Monday, we're giving away tickets for the round after Houston. We give away 20 tickets every single Monday. But anyway, yes, thank you so much for joining us live. Remember, the link to the Discord is in the description. If you like this video, get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel because we come to you live every Monday, every Thursday. And last but not least, we got to hit the grand prizes one more time
of course.
to let everybody know what is up for grabs this year in fantasy. So here we go. Look at that. 3 dirt bikes, 450, 250, SE, SXE5, fully race prepped. And then you can see all the glorious prizes from 4th through 10th.
I'd happily even take a Stasic home.
Oh, for my
Literally,
kids? Yeah.
Well,
Rock. They need to make an adult size Stasic.
no kidding.
Like,
I believe that's called a Suron.
it's true. But anyway, you guys can see the prizes there. So remember, get your picks in early and don't change if you want to win that weekly prize. But comment down below after this video in the YouTube comment section and give us your picks. Curious to see what everybody's
Lock
thinking.
them in earlier than later for these weeklies.
Yeah.
You're a writer. These are some awesome prizes. But anyways, thank you everybody for tuning in. You got anything else?
I don't. Sign us out, dude.
Sign us out.
You do it.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks everybody. We'll see you Monday.